So guys, joining me today on the show is Zeeshaan Shah, chairman and founder of Elevate, a boutique real estate developer who are coming up with the Mondrian residences on Ras Al Khaimah. I'm really excited for this chat, guys. But before I start the show, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your likes, comments, shares are really appreciated. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, please do give us a follow. Apple Podcast listeners, please do give us a 5-star rating and review. This really helps us getting discovered. And now let's cue the music. So, Zeeshaan, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us on the podcast. Why don't you just start with a quick introduction about yourself?
Well, Tahir, first of all, thank you very much for having me here.
It's my pleasure.
You are a pioneer in this space, right?
Like that.
I'm honored for you to have me here and invite me.
It's my pleasure.
I've watched numerous of the episodes.
Thank you.
I see it all the time on Instagram and on social media. And I'd like to start by saying, like, what you're doing and the way you're pioneering the social media and you're really leading from the front in that. It's amazing. It's amazing. I enjoy your content.
Thank you.
It's cool. It's funny. It hits the spot, and I see how it works. I like it. I love it.
Thanks.
So I'm Zeeshaan. I started my career 19 years ago. Next year will be 20 years.
Great.
In this city,
wow.
in Dubai. My first job was as a broker for Damac.
Very good.
And a 3,000 salary. And, we got the 0.3% commissions. And if we hit target, we got 0.5% commissions, So I came straight out of university. I only lasted there for a few months because I figured out there was guys coming into the office and they were selling the same real estate I was, but they were getting paid 5% commission. And the only difference was that they weren't getting the 3K salary. So I was like, ditch that 3K. I'll go on that side, right?
Very good.
So that's where my journey started in real estate, right? I was here. I went from being at university and, just not having much money at all to all of a sudden being 21 years old and making at that time what felt like millions. I was making like $10,000, $12,000 a month,
yeah,
40, 30, 40, sometimes 50,000 dirhams a month. I remember one month I made like nearly 100,000. I was like, whoa,
you're on top of the moon.
I'm the man. Because I remember growing up, my parents were professionals, right? And money was always like a problem.
Yeah.
Right? It was a point of contention at home. It was always just an issue. And my parents used to say to me, when you grow up and you go to work, you're going to find out how hard it is to earn money and this and that. And I've heard that like 1,000,000 times over. So I was like, dude, this is easy. This is plain sailing. I'm like amazing.
Yeah.
You can't stop. I'm like 21 years old. Look at me. And then the Dubai property market crashed.
Yes.
Right. And it got a rude awakening.
Yes.
But then from there, sort of, I set up my own brokerage. I stayed around here for a bit. I went to Spain, then I came back here, and then ultimately in 2010 I moved to London. And in London I set up my own brokerage. That brokerage is still active today. It's been 15 years.
Wow.
Called One Investments. Then in 2016 I started my development company, One Homes. And that is, we have over 3,500 properties completed and under development.
Wow.
We do developments in the UK, in Pakistan. And I was lucky, like my younger brother, he joined me about 11 years ago and he now heads up One Homes. My younger cousin, he joined me about 10 years ago. He now heads up One Investments. Then we have One Capital. One Capital is our, sort of, you could say like family office arm. Any excess cash flows we invest through One Capital. So we have like rental real estate, industrial in the UK, various different things like rental based, income yield based, and we do venture investing as well. So we invested in over 12 different companies, one of which we've exited as well. So we're quite successful with that. So cool, different emerging sort of companies. And now, most recently, a year ago, I launched Elevate, which is my fourth operating company that we're running now. And Elevate is where we are now developing in the UAE.
Yes. Now tell me something. Your first project, your coming up with is in Ras Al Khaimah,
Mhm.
right? As a first entry into UAE, what was the reason choosing Ras Al Khaimah over, say, Dubai or Abu Dhabi?
See, I've always been by nature someone who looks for the next big thing,
Okay.
right? I'm always like, where can I find value or create value or do something that's against the grain and uncover something that is being missed? In the UK, for example, in 2014, I started investing in an area just outside of London called Slough. Slough is sort of west of Heathrow. Now, at that time, London, they were having this brand new Crossrail thing coming in. And Crossrail was this high-speed, underground, overground rail link that connects, basically, goes west to east through dissecting all of London, going straight through. And what it was doing, it was connecting the commuter towns. So imagine
Directly.
like Dubai is Dubai, and then you've got Sharjah and Ajman and Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
So you're getting one bullet train connecting Abu Dhabi all the way to Ras Al Khaimah, let's say, right? And they were creating that. And Slough was effectively like, let's say, somewhere in between Ajman and Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah.
And it was on all of that Crossrail line, it was the cheapest real estate.
Got it.
Right? So I just looked and I thought, this isn't making sense. Like the station after this is like, let's say, £400 a foot, which comes after it. The station that's the next one after that in towards London is again for £450 a foot. This in the middle is at £200 a foot. It's just not making sense to me. And so I started investing over there where nobody else was. And from that period, 2014 to 2017, that's the sort of 3 years that we were very active over there. We did 3 developments over there. Prices went from £200 and £250 a foot to £600 a foot.
Wow.
Right? So I've always been of that mindset of where do we, as an organization, both for us and for our clients, how do we find value?
Yeah.
Right? And I understand when it comes to Ras Al Khaimah, for example, there's a legacy brand, right? And that legacy brand, a lot of people over here domestically are attached to, right? They view Marjan Island or Ras Al Khaimah in a certain way, right? And there's something in business, which is phenomenal, which really works. It's beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Right? And beginner's luck is not actually luck. What beginner's luck is naivety, right? So somebody who's very experienced in a certain industry, right?
Yeah.
When you give them an opportunity, because they've seen so many things go wrong, they analyze that from a very negative perspective and they're picking out everything that can go wrong, right? Versus somebody who's brand new and virgin to it. They only look at the good things and they look at a few of the bad things, but they're more balanced in their approach. They're not more positive.
True.
They're more balanced in their approach because they haven't got any negative bias.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I saw that over here. I was like, there's a negative bias against this place, but the fundamentals make sense to me, right? Land area is half of Palm Jumeirah.
Right.
Right? The Wynn Casino in its own right is a $5.1 billion project. And it's not pie in the sky. This thing's nearly completed. The structure's nearly completed now. It's real, very real, right?
Yes.
Royal Atlantis on the Palm, which was probably the biggest property launch in the last 5 years globally.
Yes.
Right? Like is in fanfare and attraction.
True.
That's a $1.3 billion project. So just this win alone is 4 times the size of the Royal Atlantis, which everybody in the world, literally in the English speaking world, knew about that this is about to open.
True.
Beyonce is performing. This is happening. That's how big it was. And this win, I think people are sleeping on it a little bit. They don't realize what the win alone is.
Right.
And anybody who's visited Wynn brands like I do, they are not. It's not. Yeah, casino is one element of it.
Yeah.
But they are integrated entertainment destinations.
The experience.
It's an experience.
Yes.
It's a whole vibe,
Yeah.
right? It's a real, like, they got 25 or 26 restaurants in there.
Yes.
The first restaurant they announced is Delilah.
Yeah.
Delilah is the hottest restaurant in West Hollywood in LA for the last 30, 40 years.
Right.
The first restaurant going in Wynn, and the first one outside of America is Delilah, which is like they're cool. They know what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? Then I looked at all the restaurants going, you got Nobu Hotel.
Yes.
You've got Ushuaia from Ibiza.
Yeah.
You've got Nikki Beach.
And recently
right?
even Janu.
Now, well, we didn't know that then.
Yes.
But now you got,
Yeah.
Aman coming
Aman
in
coming
with Janu.
in. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, there's not much land available here. It's a small area. A lot of local developers are sleeping on it. And you've still got a lot of value in the price that you're buying today and where it can go in the future. People will get, this is controversial, people will get angry at me locally here in Dubai when I say this, and there'll be loads of you watching me right now saying that, what the hell is this guy talking about? But I benchmark it against Palm Jumeirah.
Okay.
I say Palm Jumeirah today, branded beachfront prime, you're looking at a minimum of 10,000 a foot.
Absolutely.
Right? For something
Yes.
new.
Something
right
really
now.
nice.
Something really nice coming
Yes.
out now.
Yeah.
You can buy the same today on Marjan at a third of the price.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that it's going to go to 10K a foot, right?
Correct.
Forget that. Okay, let's go out 5 years.
Yes.
Take a 5-year horizon. Palm Jumeirah, let's say it goes from 10 to 12K, right? I'm not saying that Marjan will go from today's rates of 3.5 or whatever for prime beachfront branded to 12. But even if it goes to half the price of Palm Jumeirah at 6, right?
Yeah.
People have got the opportunity to double their money, right? More or less 80% growth on where they are today. Is there risks? Of course there are. Right?
That's with any business.
Was there a risk with if you came in 2021 and started buying up garden homes on Palm Jumeirah at 10 million each? Was there a risk? Yeah, it was a big risk.
Big risk.
But today it's 50.
It's paid. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you've got to, like, business is
it's all about taking risk, you
got to take informed risks. So that's what made me, and by the way, I assessed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any areas because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm bringing their projects down, but I assessed everything. Yeah. And I looked for 24 months before we bought something, right?
Nice.
And, this is what made in the UAE today, this is what made, at that time when we bought it a year ago now, that's what made most sense to me.
Now, as your first project, you're getting the Mondrian residences, How easy or difficult was it to get a brand like Mondrian to come and partner with you?
It's not, look, business is all about relationship building.
True.
Right? Quality operators, quality brands, they want to know that they're working with someone like-minded. Right?
Absolutely.
For me, the very fundamentals of real estate development, my ethos from when I'm buying land to when I'm designing a project is the very basic fundamental of what is the core function of a good real estate developer. It is to improve standards of living.
True.
And that is the DNA of what we do. So when I'm selecting the plot, for example, now people won't see this value until our project delivers. But for example, our Marjan plot, right?
Yeah.
We've got parks on either side.
Yes.
So we're open. Everything is sea facing, right? And we have sunset views in front of us.
True.
We had cheaper plots available in different orientations. But today it doesn't make a difference to an off-plan buyer. Only somebody who's really picky like me on details might notice this. But when a project completes and you're on the other side and the sun is setting behind you, you're like, what kind of beach is this, man? The sunset's behind me.
Behind me, of
but
course.
When you're sat on the beach and the project's complete and the sun's setting in front, that's what creates long-term intrinsic value in a product.
Yes.
Right? That, when it's all completed and everything has reached an equilibrium and settled.
Absolutely. Because you need to see when it's completed, not what it's looking on paper.
There you go.
Because on paper, I think, everybody does a great job. But once it's ready, that's the time you actually come to know, yes.
And that's when that attention to detail comes into play. So for me, the question was that, is it difficult to sign up the brands or collaborate with the brands? These are the conversations I have with them.
Got it.
And they realize that this is and by the way, we've done every market that we've gone in, we've been pioneers.
Yes.
We've done like my projects that achieve the highest prices in the resale market. They stand out, right? We always do things that are different and exceptional. It's just that attention to detail is what we do. And they understand that this guy's he's not a okay, I can buy it for 1, I will spend 2 and I will sell for 5 and wow, this guy is, yes, that's all part of business, but that's the second tier. The first tier is, how do we improve standards of living? How do we create a product that does something for our clients?
Yes.
And when they realize that, they're like, we're on the same page.
Yes.
Right? We speak the same language. We're trying to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
That's what it comes down to. I think a lot of developers will scare them off.
Yes.
When they go first meeting and start saying, what are your fees? Will you negotiate on your fees? That's too much. Yeah. They're like, okay, you're not the people we want to work with. Right? We're not looking for the guy who's day one saying, what is your fee? And no, not too much. And
So tell us more about your project now. Mondrian Residences. I know the location. It's a great location on Marjan Island. It's a beachfront plot. How many units are we looking at? And what kind of services or what kind of an experience does someone who buys into it today will get once it's ready?
So the development, we spend about 10 months in development and design and development, right? We have 343 residences.
Yes.
That includes 7 townhouses, right? 4 of which are on the beach. Wow. So you walk out straight from the beach. Yeah, straight onto the beach, because the building's in a U shape.
Right.
They're at the front. Your garden is the beach.
Yeah.
Right. And they've got private pools as well. And then we've got 9 penthouses, right? 5 are through the middle, which are 3-bedroom. We've got 2 4-bedrooms and then 2 triplex 5-bedroom penthouses with private pools on the roof. Wow. We've got up to 10,000 square foot.
Right.
So they're like the real pinnacle of the product. And then we have over 60,000 square feet of amenities, right? It is very, very experience focused. Yeah. We actually went above the threshold of what the brand wanted as well. So you walk in, we've got, as soon as you arrive, we have an arrival experience.
Yes.
We're working with this artist out of LA, and they've done a 11-foot spaceman.
Wow.
Right? You'll see it in the renders.
Yeah.
It's an 11-foot spaceman, just representing like cool art and design and future, right? Nice. Mondrian as a brand, by the way, going off topic a little bit, Mondrian as a brand was started in the 1990s by Ian Schrager. Ian Schrager is a pioneer of lifestyle hotels. He started in New York. Yeah. Delano is his as well, right? Yes. And now Edition is his.
Yes.
The Edition is also Ian Schrager, right? So he founded Mondrian and Delano were his first brand.
Yeah.
And he opened the first one on Sunset Boulevard in LA. Right. And to this day, it is like a celebrity favorite, a real cultural melting pot where everyone comes together, the Mondrian. Yeah. It's a collaboration of art and hotels and hospitality, etc.
True.
Then they went to South Beach in Miami, and now they're in like Ibiza, Tulum, Cannes in the south of France. They've got a beautiful property in Doha. They've got one opening end of this year or probably Q1 next year now, probably in Abu Dhabi, which is stunning. Gold Coast, Australia. They've got about 25 across the world. They've got Dubai opening as well.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to get to know the Mondrian brand, go have a look at those properties and you'll get it. It's not your standard brand.
True.
Then what we did is on the outside is that the iconic LA Sunset Boulevard Mondrian, they have a billboard running up the side of the building. Right? And we've recreated that with a digital billboard.
Okay.
Running up the whole building. You come in, then you have your lobby experience. And as soon as you walk in the lobby, it's all glass in front of you and you're looking out straight onto the beach. You've got 3 pools in that middle area because the building's in a U and you've got 3 pools over there. On the right of the lobby, you have a 10,000 square foot indoor-outdoor gym.
Wow.
Right? This is not just like in a corner we put a fitness center. This is a full gym. It opens up the whole way and it's indoor and outdoor facing the beach.
Wow.
Right? So it's the kind of gym that you will want to go and use and be part of that
Yes.
experience, right? You turn the corner from there and you've got a separate yoga and Pilates studio, right? And you've got treatment rooms behind you, right?
Lovely.
For the spa. Then you go around further down there and we have Philia on the beach,
Wow.
which is the first ever Philia beach restaurant. It's a beach club vibe, but it's not a beach club. It's indoor, outdoor, on the beach with a bar and everything. But it's a restaurant. They'll have some light music playing, that sort of thing, right? Philia was started in Miami. They've got it here in Dubai, the SLS. Yeah, and we that deal signed and done.
Very good.
That's an exclusive breaking news for here.
That's great.
We haven't put it out in the media yet.
So you heard it from your first, guys.
There you go. On Tahir's podcast, this is where it is.
Great.
The hottest news, the breaking news comes here. So that's our. Then we've got a kids club and a teens club on the ground floor as well. The kids club, one of those 3 pools is a kids pool, and the kids club connects to the kids pool.
Okay.
So that's all part of one experience. Then next, for amenities, we head straight to the roof. We go to the roof. It's 14 stories, so we go to the rooftop floor, and we've got 11,000 square foot Mondrian Sky Lounge.
Wow.
That is a bar, co-working area, private dining room, outdoor terrace. Where and at the rear you've got the views of the Wynn, and the front all faces the beach. Yeah, so imagine you can be there on New Year's Eve with the fireworks and everything. It's a beautiful. We've released the renders for that. It's a beautiful space. We brought in for interiors. We collaborated with Bergman. Bergman are a leading interior design firm out of London. Marie Solomon she's the founder, and she was the creative director, and she's done this project herself, right? So the founder's done the project herself. She's a friend of mine, and normally, like, you know, they have their own team of architects, but I was like, look, Marie, you've got to do this, and she's designed it. So if you go and look at the interiors and renders, they
look really amazing. I've
cool.
seen them. They look really nice.
Yeah.
And
so then we have that. Then we have the adults only sky pool. Right,
okay.
So we have an adults only sky pool. Mondrian's known for its pool experiences. They're iconic, whether you look at the LA one or you look at their Singapore property or wherever. They've got these really cool pools. So we've recreated our version of Marjan version of that pool on the roof, which is adults only. And then on the roof, we've got a recovery zone with sauna and ice bath and all that sort of wellness.
So it's like living in a 5-star experience on a daily basis. You have that, you know, Mondrian experience for the people.
We've got one more thing.
Yeah.
And we've got a paddle court.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got everything.
So basically, the whole ethos, my ethos now of Elevate, right?
And this is a pure residence. There's no hotel.
It's pure branded residences,
Right.
Branded residences. Luxury living.
Great.
Right? My whole ethos with Elevate is that consumers today, customers today, their expectations are changing.
Absolutely.
An apartment is no longer now anymore, I want to go in and I want marble finish and that's it, right?
Absolutely.
No, they want a holistic environment.
Yes.
They want their home to be the cornerstone of their lifestyle.
People want experiences now. They don't want just, you know, a basic apartment and that's it.
Or even not even as a nice apartment and that's it.
Yeah.
They want the whole experience, you know? So then, you know, we're going to have community managers over there. There's going to be events happening over there. You're going to bring people, what people are craving today more than anything else is community.
Yes.
Where do I meet my people?
True.
Where is my tribe?
Like-minded people.
Like-minded people, right? So that is what we're recreating in our developments, right? We've looked at the world's blue zones, right?
Yeah.
Blue zones are the areas in the world where the people live the longest and happiest lives. What are the key things that come into that? Okay, it's health and wellness, it's movement, it's community.
Community, very important.
Right? Community is very, very important.
Very important.
Right?
Yes.
Community, you got within that, you've got family and all the rest of it, and your wider community.
Yeah.
Right? You've got food.
Yes.
We've got an Italian restaurant with the right healthy foods, right? So all those key characteristics from the blue zones, tribe, wellness, flow, community, that's what we're recreating in our developments.
Got it.
And we don't plaster that all over it. You won't read it in the brochure, but you know, that is what the DNA is all about.
Now, Zeeshaan, one question I want to ask you is, right now, I believe that yes, rack will come up. Mm-hmm. It will do well, but I don't believe that every project which is coming in Marjan makes sense, right? And I'll tell you what my reasoning is. My reasoning is a lot of them, not all, but a lot of the projects have priced themselves at 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, dirhams per square foot. Now, the first time when I saw the pricing and the sizes, what you price it at, it's something which I felt, yes, this is something which is a very realistic, reasonable pricing as compared to the rest. Now, what's the reason behind it? And why not? Like when someone is pricing their product at 3,800, 4,000 dirhams, why not just price it at that price and sell?
I think, look, as a developer, you've also got a responsibility, or as an entrepreneur, as a business person, right?
Yes.
You've got a right to make money.
True. Absolutely. Everyone has a right to make money.
Yeah. Our partners have got the right to make money. Then partners mean that, the contractors and the real estate brokers. But everyone should win. There should be some juice in it for the guy who's buying it as well.
Absolutely.
Right? That is what creates a long-term sustainable business model.
True.
Right?
Absolutely.
When everybody, the pie is here, let's say the pie is 100, and so everybody's getting a share of that pie.
Yeah.
That's good business. Right?
Yeah.
That is what means in 5 years from now and in 8 years from now, we will be launching projects where before we even launched, everyone's bought them. Right?
True.
So it's not even really foolishness. It's actually a clever business strategy.
It's a long-term strategy.
Leave something on the table for everybody. Right? Because that will pay dividends to me in the future.
True.
Yeah.
So currently, what's the average pricing we are seeing at 2,800
for us?
For your projects?
3,200.
3,200 is an average pricing, which is much lesser than what everybody is priced at.
We are, our closest competitor is 10% higher than us. Right?
Yeah.
12% higher than us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And plus, they don't probably have a beach also. Because
No. Our competitors, I only consider
beachfront plots.
Beach and branded. Right?
Correct.
Because as soon as you go branded, that's adding a chunk to your cost.
What do you have to say to people who are investing for the first time? Okay. And they choose RAK as a destination, right? Like how you chose RAK as a destination for your first time development. Someone wants to come and invest in the UAE and thinks, okay, let me invest in RAK and get this first mover's advantage. What would you tell them to be careful about?
I think, look, I'd say the same thing to be careful that I'd tell you to be anywhere in the world, right? Some of my friends and even myself, right now are looking at real estate in London, right?
Yeah.
Everyone says it's heavily discounted, right? And it's true. On majority of properties, right, from the peak of 7 years ago, you can get 40% off.
Wow.
Right? From the 7-year peak.
7-year peak.
In some cases, negotiate well, you get 40% off, right? But when you go and you start being picky and say, okay, this is one square. A lot of London is in squares, right? So let's say, first of all, you're like, okay, I want to be in Mayfair.
Right.
Okay. Mayfair, there's 40% discounts as well. There is.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to be in Mayfair.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, okay, but in Mayfair, I want to be on this particular square.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, fair enough. Then you're like, and on this square, on the left-hand side, there's a lot of traffic and this and that. I don't want to be there. I want to be in the middle of the square. I'm just making up for argument's sake. Then in the middle, let's say there's 10 buildings, right?
Yeah.
Out of those 10 buildings, 6 buildings, the floor plate is awkward, right? And I'm giving you like kind of a real example in a way of something that I was looking at. 6 of the buildings have an awkward floor plate where basically every floor is only like 1,400 foot, right? Now, out of those 10, 6 are like that. You've got 4 buildings now left, which are in the middle of the square, right? Where you don't have that traffic issue, that have got nice wide floor plates of 3,000 plus each.
Yeah.
They haven't moved 1 cent.
Right.
If they were £4,500 a foot 7 years ago,
they're still the same.
Well, there might even be a little bit more.
A little more.
So when you're buying,
Buy sensibly.
Prime on prime.
Yes.
Buy the right
Absolutely.
product.
100%.
Right? You will overall in
what
the long
you've
term.
said is, is like, something which goes, for any property anywhere in the world. When you buy something which is so prime, so perfect, so nice, it always holds value. So, Zeeshaan, now tell me something. You've been doing real estate kind of not just in one city, but globally, right? What do you think is attracting people today to the UAE? And we're seeing a huge amount of people coming from UK, especially. What do you think has changed, and where do you see this trend? Do you think this will keep lasting? This is going to grow even further? What's your take on it?
It's a very deep question you've asked, right? It's a really deep question. See, Western economies today, the West, that was always the leader of the world, right? For the last 200 years, right? Probably even longer than that. Maybe 300. They've been leading the world, right? But now their economies have come to a place, especially Europe, to a stage of stagnation, right? America's a different beast because they're the superpower of the world, right?
Yes.
And that is still the engine of the world. But Europe in particular, and even Americans, even though yet the economy at large is very big and it's still growing, the masses, right? They're not seeing improvement in their standards of living. Right?
Yeah.
Actually, they're reversing. Their standards of living are going backwards.
Yes.
How much they can get for their dollar or pound or euro is less.
Yes.
Right? Than what it was 10 years ago. That's why they're unhappy. Right?
True.
Now, what that has done is created a political divide that we see. The right has gone extremely right, and the left has gone extremely left. You've got two extremes.
Yes.
Whereas politics in the Western world for the last 50 years was center-left, or last at least 30 years, was center-left and center-right.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much difference between the two.
True.
Now, all of a sudden, within a gap of 7-8 years, it's been torn apart.
Last 8-10 years, it's just gone.
You got one extreme and the other extreme.
Yes.
Right? And that's caused by the economic issues, but that's creating a lot of social issues now.
True.
Right? And I think that then what happens in that situation is that a small city-state like the UAE, right, compared to, the UK or America, this is like one city.
It's much smaller,
Yeah, it's one city, right?
Yeah.
These city-states that can control their micro-environments
much better,
hugely benefit, and they attract the affluent.
True.
Sort of upper middle upwards.
Yes.
Are like, okay, these countries that I'm paying huge taxes in are not serving me anymore.
Yes.
Right? The majority of the voter base is in those countries are, not the affluent, right? That's just the way any economy works, that, 80% are your majority, and let's say even 90, and then 10% on top is your what you call affluent, or even less than that maybe. So the policies we're creating for the 90%, right? And the 10% are being basically sacrificed. Whether you look at that as crime in London, right? Or whether you're looking at it as 20% hike in school fees, putting VAT on school fees. Or whether you look at it, the increasing tax, which is just going more and more on the wealthy, right?
Yeah.
The wealthy are being targeted.
The inheritance tax.
All of that. Right?
Put together.
The wealthy are being targeted.
Yes.
Right? And they're being driven out.
Yeah.
Now, city-states like the UAE, right, have created a brilliant, beautiful environment for those people to come and live happy and successful lives. They're like, we welcome you.
True.
We will cater to you. You'll be safe.
Yeah.
Your kids will go to great schools.
Yeah.
You'll have the best restaurants. You'll have the best lifestyles. You'll have the best airline. You'll connect to everywhere in the world.
Yes.
It's a product created for affluent people.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that is not changing. The political and economic situation in Western countries, unless there is this
a massive shift or
AI revolution, which they're talking about, right? I don't know how much of that is. Let's see where that ends up,
True.
right? Is that a hope they're trying? I don't know. Is it
We
a
don't
hope
know,
they're trying
yeah.
to give to people, or what will that
Yeah.
really drive from?
True.
Because all I'm seeing right now is the poor are getting the working class are getting poorer.
And the
right?
rich are getting
And you've got
richer.
one guy now worth half a trillion.
True.
Half a trillion.
Yes.
Right? Like,
It's a complete imbalance.
listen, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
if you went into a room and someone's like, that guy's a billionaire, you're like, who's that?
Yes.
Today, if someone's like, that guy's a billionaire, you're like, oh, cool. If someone says that guy's worth 10 billion, then you're like, oh, wow, who's that?
Yeah.
Right? So the
True.
rich are getting richer. And the poor are getting more and more
Yes.
squeezed.
Yeah.
That gap
Is increasing.
is creating a lot of problems. Where does that go in the future? It's very difficult to say, right?
Correct.
If I was to put money on it, it looks bleak. It doesn't
Yeah.
look positive,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't look positive the way it is right now. And a place like the UAE can only benefit from
True.
that. It can only benefit. Now imagine, to flip this round a little bit, London as a city, if somehow magically there was walls built around it,
Yeah.
and they said London is its own product, all the revenue that London generates will stay in London. And, London will be one of the best cities in the world.
True.
Right now, it generates something like property tax. It generates something like 90-something%, right? And only single digits
Wow.
stay in London, right? Majority goes the
out.
rest of the country,
Yeah.
right? So, I don't know. Like, that's why I said it's deep, because do large countries work anymore?
Yeah.
Or do you need to have smaller micro environments where
True.
you can manage it?
Yeah.
Because a city like London is still today, even with everything going wrong, is still a phenomenal product that on its own would make money.
Yes.
Right?
No, absolutely. London's a great city.
Yeah. But even today, if you were to just do a balance sheet of London City,
Yeah.
and say London keeps all its revenue and London spends it all, London's in positive.
Yeah.
It's when it's like
The other
got to carry
states
the rest
which
of
are
the country
draining,
on your back.
Yeah.
That's what
Drains you out.
brings it all down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't see how that gets fixed, though,
Yeah, true.
unless somebody wants to build walls around London.
Now, tell me, with your project, Mondrian Residences in Ras Al Khaimah, what do one beds start at? What kind of payment plans you're offering? And what kind of ROI do you think an investor can expect?
One bed start around about 2.55.
Yeah.
All of our units are sea facing.
Okay,
So it's not
that's
like
great.
you're going to come in and be like, starting price is 2.55, but that's looking at the
Backside.
the back building.
Yeah.
No, it's looking at the sea.
See.
And they go all the way up to about 2.85.
Wow.
Right? So 2.5, 2.85. The only variance is size and floors. Right?
True, that's fine.
That's our two variances. Sizes range from, I think, 800 to just over 900 foot
Great.
for a one bed.
The spacious ones.
Yeah, spacious. Yeah, very spacious. Very
Yeah.
spacious. Nice units. Two beds range from 3.6 to about 4 million. There's 3.6 to 4, but we've got very few of the 4 million units. They're just, again, the size is bigger. All of the two beds are unobstructed direct sea views.
Yeah.
Right? 3 beds start about 5.2 and they go all the way to about 5.8, 5.9. Again, they are at the front of the building, sea facing. Townhouses start about 9 million and penthouses start about a similar price level as well.
And what kind of payment plans are you all offering?
Payment plan is 60% during construction with 40% on handover.
On handover.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what do you think would be, what kind of yields do you think a retail investor buying a unit, what do you think would be something that a person can expect?
I think you're going to be talking about your high single digits up to, early double digits. Right? Being conservative.
That's true.
Right?
I mean, that's realistic.
Yeah. I can sit here and start making some calculations for you and say you're going to make 22, but no.
that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. And I tell this to everyone, whenever numbers look too good to be true, there's something fishy.
At the end of the day, if someone's going to take some finance out on this and they're going to be paying 4.5% on their finance, they've got another 1.5% in management and upkeep costs, and then at 6%. And on top of that, they make another 2 or 3. They're doing very well and they'll get good cash flow from the project.
Absolutely.
So like in the UK, we are happy if we make a net 5.
True.
Right?
True.
So I think, look, if you come out and you're making a net 8 for a beachfront property, right? That has got good capital growth.
And
You're in
tax-free.
a good and tax-free. You're in
Yeah.
a great place.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
absolutely.
Listen, you can make more.
Yeah.
And you know, I could be very aggressive and say, no, you can do this. But, you know, I think,
Realistically.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, even conservatively,
Yeah.
I think, you know, that is
That's great.
easily somebody should be making that.
That's great. Zeeshaan, that I think was, a really great chat. I really enjoyed. Just before I let you go, last question. When does the project kick in and when are we expecting completion on this?
So we've already started the construction work.
Wow.
Right. So we haven't actually done our official marketing groundbreaking,
Right.
but the work's ongoing. We've actually
Great.
physically groundbreakings
Very good.
is done, right? And we've got a 36-month construction program, right, which is already started
Right.
now. So we are looking at completion schedule for Q4 of 28.
28.
Yeah, but really with construction development, things always change. You always have some delays, and
That's
it's
normal,
big projects. It happens. So
Yeah.
I would say we look at Q4 28 going into Q1 of 29.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with that timing
Yeah, that's a
Because-
realistic time.
because also with the island,
Yes.
because you have Q2 of 27
Seven.
is when the Wynn
Opens.
comes live,
Yeah.
right? No, Q1 they do their dry run for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that they've got 5,000 employees there,
Yes.
right? So training and everything is 6 months.
Yes.
Then they open in Q4, so they're going to open at this time for the
Yes.
season, right? Of
True.
27,
Yeah.
and we'll have a year for all these other projects to complete and
Yeah.
to open and the hotels to open and
True.
nicely stabilize.
So it's actually a great time when even people who buy into the project, they get the keys at a time where the market's
Stabilize.
also stabilized and matured
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
There'll be obviously there will be some construction
Yes.
going on.
I mean,
But
yeah,
they're not going on to a complete
complete
construction site.
Yes, that's great. Zeeshaan, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best for the project. What else can we expect out of Elevate in the future?
Just pushing the boundaries.
Any other projects in
That
the
is
pipeline?
what we are. I'm looking at a lot of things.
Okay.
Right. There's nothing finalized at the moment. You know, I like. It's got to be something stand out. It's got to be something that's special. It's got to be something. I tell all the agents who send me land,
Yeah.
but you probably have some land as well, so I tell you the same.
Yeah.
That we look for things that have a USP,
True.
that have something special, because
Yeah.
land is our raw material.
Yeah.
There's only so much magic that we can create with the design
Yeah.
and the brand and everything. The underlying God-made raw material is something we can never change. So something with a USP, something that stands
is
out and is
unique.
different, unique.
Nice.
That's what we need.
Great. Thank you so much, Zeeshaan, for joining us today, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
So, guys, that was Zeeshaan Shah from Elevate discussing all things about the Mondrian beachfront residences in Ras Al Khaimah. Now, I am very picky about projects in Ras Al Khaimah, and this project really got my attention. Number one is because of the pricing, the product, the location. It ticks all the boxes. So if you want to know more, there's a link in the description. Just click on that, fill out the form. Me or a member of my team will reach out to you and help you with your investment in the UAE. And we'll be back with another episode of the Dubai Real Estate Podcast very soon.